with your family actually being so heavily into music, did you ever get any resistance or backlash for wanting to pursue music as a career?
Not at all. No, my family, in terms of my family
Yeah.
was supportive 100%. Like I don't think there was any backlash. But like just like any parent, not even just any parent, like they want their kids to be like set in stone with something, and school does that. So I think the conversation was always like, hey, do what you want to do what you love, just also don't forget the bigger picture, and like use it as a backup plan, which they were right. Ultimately, like, school is like a guarantee. You put 100% in, you get 100% back, right? Where music is kind of like you could always put 1,000,000% even more than what you can, and it's not set in stone. Like, there's also this timing is crucial to everything. So like, they were never not supportive. I just think it was always like that. Parents get worried and they want to make sure their child is like taken care of, and like they have a great future set ahead of them. And I think it was just when it happened, that's where it was kind of like, oh shit,
yeah.
So
no, I get that. Like, we made the note that when you're coming from immigrant parents, immigrant parents usually sacrifice a lot.
Oh, 100%.
Coming from whatever country they come from, just 100%. To give a better life to their child.
100%.
So totally understand when they're saying.
And like, kids miss that sometimes.
Of course.
Because it's like they didn't live it. But like, I always try to understand and like take in everything my parents tell me. Like, I mean, I think you just have to have a lot of respect for them.
Yeah. Well, everything started in school for you. Right, that's where you didn't really have. You've talked about it, but you didn't really have like the best, I guess you can say, high school experience.
No,
which is kind of shocking though, because from my high school experience, if you sang, you got all the girls. Like, if you were singing, you got all the girls. You were the popular kid, whatever the case may be. But it was different for you because you were showing a side that quote unquote men shouldn't show. Essentially, you were saying, like, you're vulnerable. Like, touch on that a little bit.
I think it's a very jaded conversation, just because like back then also you gotta understand the timing and the age and like just that era as well. Like, I mean, I remember going into high school, I thought it was gonna be all sweet, but I mean, I guess I forgot, from the east side of Toronto, where like everyone listens to like just rap music.
Of course.
I mean, like, look, no shame to any and rappers. I love rap music. I listen to rap music all the time, but I just think at that point, what the conversation was just rap. And I think for me, being a singer, like, don't get me wrong, I obviously like developed into rapping now. Like, one of my project comes out, people will hear that. But I mean, I just, back then I didn't have, my voice was too squeaky, too pitchy to be a rapper. So like, people would just take me as a joke if I rapped. So I loved singing, so I was like, I'm just gonna sing, my heart out and stuff like that. But I don't know if it was just on the fact that I could sing or anything. I just think it was what I was talking about in my music. I think that made people very, like, I guess, question and second guess or like just try to take the torch away and say that I can't do it. I mean, I was talking about, and it's funny because if you listen to my old music that's like not out anymore, like in grade 9, I was talking about just some
cut somewhere.
And I hit it only because it's like, it's too much going on there, because like, not in a bad way, just I talked very heavily on heartbreak and adversity. And you would think like, yo, who is this kid?